You're telling me you would just pump and dump like $2,000 out of it by just stealing other people's stuff and compiling it?
I'm the king of stealing content. If you don't try, then no shit. But you have to put in work. So I was pulling 2 million views a video. I'm in a blessed position. I'm not missing a fucking upload. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. So in the beginning, I kind of had to learn. I had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, you're a fucking loser who dropped out of college. Like, bro, you got nothing going on for you. I was averaging like 2 to 3 million views a video. We're talking like there would be companies that will be offering like 50 grand for a video. It almost doesn't even feel real like when it happened. Like my life has always been like this, bro. Like to get to this point, it took a while. Like it sounds like, oh, he doesn't do anything, but like it took a while to get to this point.
So in this episode, I talked to Riz, and yes, that's his actual name. I don't know if that translates to getting girls or something, but his name is indeed Riz. Anyways, this guest is making money in some of the most absurdly stupid ways that I've ever seen. Because he runs multiple long-form YouTube automation channels, and he's made over $5 million in total revenue with these channels within about a 5-year period. But here's the thing, almost all of them are low-key just jacking other people's content or doing stupid reaction content, but is still faceless. I'm not gonna lie, this guy like literally cracked the code. But not only that, he also has one of the craziest journeys ever. From being in college and not wanting to pursue the path that his parents wanted for him, even having suicidal thoughts, he decided to drop out of college and pursue side hustles full time. He ended up catching some success with his first Minecraft YouTube channel, and from there he was able to scale out to many more than just one. This doesn't only have insane sauce, but it's also just an incredible inspirational story. If you're in the YouTube automation space, you might want to watch this one. And if you're looking for an inspiring make money online story, this also would be a very good episode to not miss. So without further ado, please enjoy the show. Okay. Oh wait, sorry. What is your name again? Oh my God.
Riz Rayani. So
Riz Rayani.
I go by Riz, but full name Riz Rayani. My actual name is Riz.
That's hilarious. Okay.
But I was the OG Riz before the
yeah
meme.
before
like, I've been Riz for 27 years, you know.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Riz, it says that you make $2 million a year from your YouTube channels. I recently found out that I want to just jump right into it. I'm going to share my screens. One of the channels that you run, pretty much everyone watching this probably knows about, all because of Daniel Bitten. So apparently you're part of the person behind Simply How. So anyone watching, you've probably seen Daniel Bitten's video on this, but they basically copied Zach D Films' style. So we can look at a video.
Have you ever wondered why Asian people have such small
And
eyes?
yeah, this channel went insanely viral. Like their top ones have like 30 million plus views, like 10 million, like consistently. So how did you meet Daniel and how did you guys start this channel together?
About to say, okay, I've known Daniel forever, like way back in the day. So Daniel is quite young. He's like, well, I think right now he's 17. But I probably knew him just like in the community. Like I used to be all in like a ton of Discord servers, and I just knew him as like some guy, some editor. He would always ask to edit my videos back when he was probably like 13 years old. And when I started like getting to know him a bit more was when he worked with my friend Jeremy. Do you know Jeremy? He's
No, I don't.
He's also kind of like he makes videos talking about YouTube and stuff as well, and like how to make money on YouTube. But he originally had this channel. I forget the name of it. It was a Minecraft channel, and he had Daniel as a what is it? He had Daniel working on it and getting a percentage. So Daniel was like the personality for that channel, and I think that channel actually did quite well for like a couple of months. And then I forget why they stopped doing that, but I remember that's when I kind of like got to know Daniel, and he would always ask me for like advice, and he'd be like, oh, like he'd always be like, I remember like he'd just sit and call, and he'd just be like, I just need 30,000 subscribers so I can get YouTube ranked. That's like all he cared about at that time. But yeah, I've known him for a long time. We worked on it. We just ended up having a lot of mutual friends. We worked on that channel with my friend Wu. So he's more like behind the scenes. I don't think he has any social media or anything, but we work on that with Wu. So
yeah, how did you guys start? Like realize to start the Simply How channel, and how many people were involved in it?
Simply How, we saw Zach D Films, and we were like, He's making a lot of money. We wanted to do a different type of channel because like even for me, like all the types of channels that I have run, if you've seen my other channels, it's basically using other people's content, which is great. It makes great money. Um, but it was something different that I wanted to try with animations because that's a little bit more difficult. Learning how to like talk to animators, like a different skill. We honestly thought like it would work because Zach D Films was just blowing up at the time, and we were right. It was a bit harder than we thought, and it took a while, but that's
Yeah, I remember in the video I saw that like you guys uploaded a couple here and they were just doing terribly, but then like 15 days after uploading it, one of them just like popped off like crazy.
yeah. We started doing like more like one of the videos that did really well was like why Africans are black, or it might be something like that, where we talked about melanin, and then also that the Asian one also did really well because we were like it was like a little bit controversial talking about races, and people would like comment and be like they'll get mad or whatever.
Yeah. So what
How
was
it
your
works.
role in this?
Huh?
What was your role on this channel?
Basically, I would just help find animators, come up with ideas. I came up with a lot of the ideas, help find animators, um, help it with funding.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then what was Daniel's role?
I guess ideas as well. Ideas, splitting the funding, helping find animators. Honestly, it wasn't like a crazy channel to blow up or anything. I think a lot of it that was difficult was just coming up with the ideas because we had the animators, we knew how to talk to animators, but it was just coming up with like ideas that we think would pop off because like some of the ideas we got a little bit creative with, like especially like the African stuff and like the Asian stuff. But now Wu comes up with a lot more of the ideas. I just was like helping manage it right in the beginning, and I still come with ideas, but for the most
Yeah.
part, Wu handles that.
That's crazy. So you have three people all kind of working in this. I feel like kind of the same role on a single YouTube channel. Like all of you guys are coming up with ideas and strategizing together, and then it's still just outsourced to an animator.
Yeah, I mean that channel isn't like a moneypreneur or anything. I think that channel was like more of a proof of concept. It's a shorts channel.
Yeah, I do want to
Yeah.
get into that. So I know the Zach D Films like animation style because I even tried looking into like starting a channel like that myself. And dude, it is so expensive to get a single video like that made if you actually want like the animation to be custom and done right. How much did like an average video cost for that channel?
The videos were not that expensive. We found animators quite cheap. We got them for like it depends on the video, but like some videos we're getting for like $50.
This Asian video right here, you could get this whole thing for $50.
I don't remember that specific video, but some of them, yeah,
Okay.
we're getting for like $50,
And then on the higher end, what was it looking like?
$500. Somewhere between 50
Jeez,
and 500.
okay.
But it just depends. I
That's
mean, not many
crazy to
videos
me.
costed that much. Overall, the channel is profitable. If every video costed $500, we would not be in a good spot.
Yeah, yeah. So
What
okay, so that's what I'll get into. So how much money did the videos actually make back?
I would have to check. This is not a money printer for me. This is not even like a source of revenue for me. I barely even make much off of this channel. I'd have to check, but like really right now, especially now, it's only making like a couple grand a month.
Do you have the YouTube Studio?
I have it on my phone.
That would be you should show. That would be sick.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah, like I noticed you guys also stopped posting on that one. What
On Simply
caused
How.
you guys to stop?
on Simply How.
Yeah, on Simply How, yeah.
We just again, it didn't. It's not making that much money, bro.
Okay, so
we
it's
have
not even
other
worth
things that we're doing. It was kind of just like the whole point of that channel was to be a source of like just to prove that we can do it. And I know Daniel wanted it for his video, but I can't really talk on like why we stopped. It wasn't making money.
Yeah,
Like it's
and
not
it's
like
definitely
the most popular channel. I focus mostly like I have shorts channels, and some shorts channels can do really, really well, and they can make up to like 10, 20K a month. But I've always focused on long form, and that's where I've made most of my money.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I can check. Simply How's not making that much money, bro, right now.
Yeah, let's see the
But
past 28 days. I'm super
20
curious.
28 days is $1,600.
Okay. But that's with videos that, yeah, you haven't touched the channel in like
Yeah,
two
we haven't
months,
touched
just from
that.
old videos. So that's still chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a good entrepreneur knows to go to like the highest return on investment thing. And that's kind of what I thought with this channel, which is like if the videos are costing between $50 to $500 to make and it's still getting like 30 million views on some of them, that's insane. But
Mhm.
like I run a bunch of like animal channels and those can get as high like the same amount of views in some cases, but cost like $5 to make.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, it's
Yeah.
like I look at what's the most I can get for my money, and like it seems like a channel like this, yes, you can blow it up, but like the costs are so high, and the profit ends up being way
It
lower
wasn't
than
like
other opportunities.
we were getting a lot of cheaper videos. Like that was very few videos that cost like $500. But
Yeah.
I, I mean, I still think it was still profitable. It was a good channel. It's just that I make more money on my other channels. It's not really. It
Hmm.
was never a printer for me.
Got you.
You
And
know.
how automated was that channel by the once you guys got into a swing of it? Did you consistently have to come
It
up with the
mostly is just
ideas?
yeah. It's mostly just me coming with ideas. That's typically what I'm doing for all of my channels. I just come with ideas. I mean, it depends per channel, but I mean, with my this channel is a little bit different because I worked on it with Dan. But like most of my channels, I have a guy that I work very close with that I've trained for like I've hired him like 5 years ago, and I just
Hmm.
slowly trained him and gave him more work and more work. I taught him how to like do thumbnails. I taught him only recently, actually in the last year, I had him start coming up with like thumbnail ideas. I would keep that close to me, even like me coming up with thumbnail ideas. Now he helps, and I just approve thumbnail ideas for him. But for most of my channels, most of the if it is automated, I just come up with the ideas in the beginning, and then I slowly just give up work to
Hmm.
the
And you
people that
can
I put in charge.
Right. And you've gotten him to the so that's crucial, I think, having someone that like understands how your brain works. At this point, you could probably just tell him like the idea and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I got you. I know exactly what you need." Like,
A little bit. I mean, we still have to work together. If it was that easy, I'd probably be a billionaire. Well, maybe not a billionaire, but like it'd be way easier to make money. You know. I mean, it's not
yeah.
like YouTube is the hardest thing, but yeah, to some extent, I could. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So how did you actually start YouTube? Like what was your first channel?
My first channel, man, that's like 10 years ago. So I'm 27. I think I started my first channel was like 16, but I wasn't making no money off of it. I was like obsessed with Pokemon, and I would just make competitive Pokemon videos. Like I was obsessed with competitive Pokemon, so I would just make videos on that all day. I would literally upload like every day. I didn't even know you could make money on YouTube at that point, and I just had like a small community of like 300 people watching me, and like I was very happy with that. Uh, that was just what I did every day after school. Always obsessed with YouTube. Then how did I like? So I got into like re-uploading other people's content around Doki Doki Literature Club. Do you know that game? You probably
No.
don't. I'm too old. But I well, how old are you by the way?
I'm 20.
I'm 20, so I'm 27. So this was probably like going viral like 8 years ago. And it was a game called Doki Doki Literature Club. And I remember PewDiePie was playing it, and it was like blowing up. Like it was PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, those kind of people. And it was like a horror game where like it started off as like kind of like a dating simulator, but then all the girls like ended up like you just die. So that's what made the whole video game go viral. So what I did at that time is I would just cut up PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye reacting to certain events in the game and just compile it up. And I would make like $2,000 in a month. And I was very happy. And then I would get demonetized the next month. Then I would do some original content and get remonetized. Then I would go back to do
Oh, okay.
get demonetized. So that's how I started doing it. I would just make a little bit of money while I was in college, and like the videos were getting like millions of views, but like obviously I wasn't like doing anything like legit. Um, then I remember,
Wait, before we move on that, can I hone in on that strategy cuz that is so interesting. I kind of thought once you get copyrighted, you're screwed over, but so you're telling me you would just post a video, pump and dump like $2,000 out of it by just stealing other people's stuff and compiling it. You'd make the money, get it, then YouTube would demonetize you, and then you'd what? Delete the video and just start uploading original stuff, appeal, and then get back into the program?
Again, I have no idea how this works now because that is not what I do now. This is 8 years ago. So I'm sure that YouTube was like a lot different back then. But yeah, like what I did, I mean, it wouldn't be like as easy of a pump and dump. Like honestly, I probably was spending way more time doing all of it than it was definitely worth 2,000 every couple of months. Because I'd make 2,000. Sometimes it would be $1,500. I just said 2,000. I would get demonetized. Then I'd try something else for like 2 to 3 months. I'd be like, fuck, I need to make money. So I try something else. I don't even think I was purposely trying to get do it to, like do this, what I just told you, like to pump and dump. I would just make original content and then I would get remonetized. And I'm like, well, this is not making any money. So I would just go back. I would just go back. I was in college. I'm like, fuck, I can make $2,000 like this. I'm remonetized, like a free 2Gs. Like, let's go. Yeah. So that's what I would do. And then I just get demonetized. It would take me 3 months, maybe not every other month I would get remonetized, but it would take me 3 months to get remonetized. And then, the thing that sucked is that I had the idea for Gamers React, which is something that can actually be monetized. But at this point, I've been demonetized on Gamers React, like probably like 4 to 5 times. That Gamers React was shadow banned for the first 3 months of me uploading Minecraft clip compilations, and I would go viral through the shadow ban. So I was going viral and I started making like 10, 15K a month through my shadow ban. And I've never heard any other YouTuber. I've talked to countless YouTubers about this. I've never heard of like an account like getting shadow banned, but this is like 5 to 6 years ago. And I would go viral through the shadow ban. And yeah, I don't know where it's going.
How did you know you were shadow banned?
So basically one day, all of a sudden my views maybe I was getting like off of old videos. I'd be getting like, I can't remember how much my real time was, but let's say like 10,000 views. And then it would just, all of a sudden one day it just went to like 100 real time views. And then if I posted something on my community tab, I would maybe get like 1,000 likes or 500 likes or like at least some likes. All of a sudden it was 2 likes. Like nobody was seeing my stuff. And then when I started uploading a video that actually could go viral at that time, it would take 72 hours. And I literally had this up for like 2 months. 72 hours. The video would get basically 10 views. I would go to my computer after 72 hours and it would just jump. And then it would get 100,000 views over the next 2 days. It was very strange. So I probably have to like go and find screenshots of that, but that was like 5 years ago. So I was through some weird shadow ban. I don't know if that happens anymore. I've never heard that happen with anybody else.
Yeah, that's so strange. And this was on the Gamers React channel.
This is on Gamers React, yeah.
Okay,
And then one day it just got lifted, where like I think a video started going viral after only 5 hours, and I was so happy. I was there. Yeah. That was like very happy.
So let me pull this channel up. So this was essentially what you got into after you did the clipping people up and then like getting monetized, making some money, then getting demonetized and restarting.
That was in the beginning. Yeah, so I did that probably for like a year. That was
on this channel though?
Huh? Yeah, this was all on Gamers React, yes.
Oh, okay, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and this is where Gamers React was also the one that was shadow banned. Huh?
Are they still up or are they
No, those are all private now.
Okay.
Yeah,
smart choice. So, okay, now you ended up on this type of content where you do like 100 biggest fails. It still seems like compilation content to me.
No, but it's edited compilation content with my voice throughout the video.
Okay, so this has you finding like the most in this video 100 biggest fails in Minecraft history, and then it also has you speaking over the video and adding unique commentary.
Sure. The videos that you're referring to, these are 5 years ago, so they're a little bit different. My style has changed over 5 years.
But these now, yeah, all of these will have that.
Yeah, probably even for like the last 4 years. Honestly, the first month or two of videos, I mean, it always changes a little bit. I'm doing like little things to change, but yeah, for the most part, yes.
Okay. And so that's just the commentary on these long form videos. Even though all the clips are from other people, that's more than enough to make sure that the channel stays monetized.
Well, the thing is, it's not just, listen, like it is, Gamers React is also edited. And then on top of that, we're talking about how many clips, like probably 100 clips on an 8-minute video. So we're talking about taking 10 seconds of multiple people's content. And that is a transformative kind of thing, right? I think that even would fall under fair use without any edits, or maybe like some minimal edits. Sometimes it wouldn't fall under YouTube's policy. So there's difference between what fair use is and what YouTube even wants to allow. Because even if something falls under fair use, YouTube can decide to demonetize you just because they don't want that content on their channel. I'm not sure how things have changed over the years, but I remember I had to figure it a lot 5 years ago, and I've had a lot of issues with demonetization. But yeah, all my videos are edited, and not only are they edited, my commentary is in it. I'm using only like 10 to 15 seconds of people's content at a time. I'd say that the videos are transformative.
Yeah, we noticed the exact same thing with our videos. So again, with our animal content, we do the same thing but with shorts. So we just use 5 to 10 seconds of any given clip at a time and added our own unique storylines on top of it. And YouTube, anytime we've gotten hit with a YouTube content reuse policy, we've appealed it and won. And even when we get hit with copyright strikes most of the time, we can put in a counter notification and win that as well almost every time. So
yeah. So what is your content? So it's animal content, but it's like you're commentating over it.
it's like animal storytelling. There's no actual voice, but we add text with like a unique script essentially.
Okay, I see. Yeah. Okay.
So we've gotten through just fine with that. So it seems like as long as you don't take like 10 minutes of a streamer at once, you only take like a couple seconds or up to like 10 seconds.
You can still take like more than 10 seconds. This is just how I do it and also how it's entertaining for my videos. But you can take more than that. Listen, like you've seen like crime channels, they're using other people's content, like a lot of content in a row and barely having any of their own unique. It's just like a couple edits here and there, and they're like a AI voice sometimes going over it. So it's not about using 10 seconds of people's content. That's just how I do it on this channel. You know what I mean?
Got it. Yeah. So this must be, I imagine Gamers React is like absolutely printing right now because you have so many long form videos that are all continuously getting views. How much money is that channel making?
Right now, I mean, it's not really making like a crazy amount right now. It's making like, what, like probably 10, 15K a month, which is, I mean, I've had 200K months on that channel. I've had huge sponsors. When I was during COVID, I was getting like average 2 to 3 million views a video. So there is a point where it's hitting like 60 million views a month. Just channel.
What happened on your 200K revenue month? How did that happen, and what caused it to now be at 15K?
Oh, I don't know. Just probably Minecraft isn't like on top. That was during COVID.
During COVID, it was prime time for Minecraft.
Yeah.
It was just views basically.
Yeah, just views. And that time I only had Gamers React. Now I have a lot more channels. So Gamers React isn't my main source. Like I have a lot of channels. But yes.
Okay, and tell me about sponsorships. How much money was that adding to how much you were making a month? And how did you find sponsors and bring them on?
Well, sponsors is not every single month, or like sometimes you'll have a lot of sponsors, etc. You know, it's not like consistent. But I made a lot of money on sponsors, quite a bit. How do I get sponsors? You know, I was averaging like 2 to 3 million views a video. And that was actually like at that time, if I got 2 million views, it would be a 10 out of 10. Or maybe a 9 or something, you know, at that time. And so when you are pulling that many views per video, you can make a lot of money on a sponsor. Like we're talking like there would be companies that will be offering like 50 grand for a video. So how I would find sponsors, here's the thing, since there's so much money, right? When I first started, I literally started doing YouTube and, you know, Gamers React was a great idea. And I immediately started getting 2 million views a video. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. So in the beginning, I kind of had to learn. And you get finessed. You'll get finessed big time because you'll have these people, you usually don't reach out to the company itself. It'll be somebody that reaches out on their behalf. So like what is it? Like
a brand ambassador.
Maybe not a brand ambassador is not the right word, but like I haven't dealt with them in a little bit. as much, but an agency, like a sponsor agency, right?
Like a
And so
marketing
they'll come to
agency or
you,
something.
right? And they'll have this huge budget that they're given by like Filmora or whatever sponsor or whatever company has given. They'll be like, hey, here's 500K this quarter, and give it to a ton of YouTubers, right? Like we want and get us views. You know, that's your job.
Hmm.
Find the YouTubers, get them views, and whatever. If they come to me, like let's say a Filmora, actually, I have to be careful what I say because when you're talking about sponsors, I can't give out numbers that I have received specifically from a specific company. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Um, but like for example, let's say a random company. If I was getting 2 million views of video, that would probably be like a you. I should be getting somewhere between a $15 to $20 CPM for a sponsor. So how much would that be? Is that 30 to 40K on 2 million? Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, if you got 1 million views, that would be like 10 to 20K, right? So 2
Yeah,
million
so let's say
views,
like 30K.
20.
So
Yeah.
my worth was 30K for a sponsor. I just start getting offered these things, and that company, they'll be like, okay, this guy is new. Let me offer him 6K for a video, and then they pocket 24, like, yeah. So they'll pocket a lot of money in the beginning when you have no idea what you're doing. And so I got finessed a little bit in the beginning that way because I had just started. This is like 5 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago, and yeah, eventually I learned.
Okay,
And I started getting
interesting.
fans.
So someone on the creator side of things, if they're trying to negotiate with a brand, they should like realize what's happening. And what's happening is it's not usually the company directly deciding how much money to spend on the person. It's a marketing agency that's given a budget by the company. So the marketing agency is told by the company, you have $200,000 to spend for this quarter. Get as many views for us as possible with this amount of money. So they're going to try to obviously give the least amount to get the most amount of views. That's the task they've been given essentially.
Yeah, correct. So what you
And
want
it's
to
on
do,
you to know the value of the views that you actually have and what you can bring to the company
know the
to.
value of the views, and also like if you are like a big time, like you're pulling that many views, you want to make sure that you're getting a good agency to work with that isn't going to finesse you. Uh, and there will be agencies that you'll be forced to sign with like. There's so many different deals. Like there, like agencies have come up to me and be like, okay, I want you to sign with me. Um, and dude, I actually know so many horror stories from agencies. Actually, like they will lock like big YouTubers, and I can't say the name. Like there'll be YouTubers. Like I know stories like YouTubers, huge YouTubers that like you would definitely know the name of, and like they would be literally depressed. Like they would come in, like it would tell me the story, and they'd be like, "I'm worth so much money, but when I started, I got locked into this contract from an agency, and they said that you have to fulfill two sponsors for us every single month, and we'll pay you 100K a year." And then they end up getting finessed because they're not worth 100K a year or even 200K a year. They're worth like 3 mil a year. Like these are YouTubers that have like 5, 6 million subscribers. I can't say who it is, obviously, but like agencies will finesse. So what you have to do is that if you are pulling that kind of like many views, I think the best thing to do is to talk to other YouTubers in your niche, and then you'll understand because every niche is also different. Like what I told you, $15 to $20 RPM, that's a Minecraft niche. They're different. Like that wouldn't fly in finance. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of probably on the low end in finance for a CPM deal. I was
Yeah.
I was talking about Minecraft, which is a way different audience.
What
So
types of companies, like what were the companies selling that wanted to buy eyeballs off of your Minecraft channel? What would they sell? And what were you promoting in your videos?
um, a lot of mobile games, editing
Hmm.
platforms. Um, Probably just mobile games are the biggest one. I'm trying to think what
Yeah,
else did I
that
promote.
makes sense. Probably anyone playing Minecraft would also have some mobile games that they play.
Yeah, Minecraft servers is a huge one, and I started my
Hmm.
own Minecraft server for a while. Um, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's insane. So, yeah, the difference between like a 200K month and a 15K month, that's funny that a lot of it came down to also just were people at home a lot from COVID. Um,
More people that came at yeah, people more people being at home, but then also just that was my biggest channel. Never mind. I don't know where I was going with that, but
Yeah, so how does the creation process on that channel look now? So I'm sure when you started it, I'll pull my screen back up. I'm sure when you started it, oh, wrong one. There we go. I'm sure when you started this channel, like you were kind of like these oldest videos probably, if it was you, especially if it was you at college, probably doing a lot of the work yourself on these, right?
no, this wasn't during college. This part wasn't.
This was oh, okay. So
This
this
was
you
those
already had
videos I was
finished
talking
college
about
at
that were
this point.
private. That was during college. This was after I dropped out of college, and I was a very desperate boy, trying to figure out how to make money. I was a college dropout. I dropped out with nothing. Like I didn't have any plan. I just fucking quit one day.
Wow. What year was that in
That was
college?
that was after 3 years at college.
Wow, okay. And what made you like so motivated to quit after having invested that much time?
Like I always wanted to leave college, and because I just didn't know what I was doing. The thing is, I'm Indian, and my parents. I don't know if you know anything about Indian parents. I mean, it depends, but like my parents, ever since I was like 5, they're like, you need to become a doctor. Like doctor, that is it, right? Like literally, they won't accept anything else. But really, it just comes down to like making a lot of money. So if I prove myself making a lot of money, then that would be fine. But yeah, I was in college, and I was just told since I was 5 that I need to become a doctor, and I was doing bad in school, and I was hiding the grades from my parents, and I know at one point I would like every semester I'd be literally depressed, and I'd be like, I want to drop out, and I was very close many times, but then my parents would convince me to not drop out, which what, like, fair enough, and then eventually I think after 3 years I'm like, I need at least a year or two to just try, you know what I mean? And it was it came after 3 years, because by the third year I think I was just so depressed. I had a lot of issues in college. I had so many issues, man. Like I was really, really hopeless for a while, like very sad. And because I think mostly I just didn't know what my purpose was. I didn't know where I was going. Like, there was no fucking way I was actually becoming a doctor. My grades were shit. Like, and then any other career path that I could go to was going to make like 100K a year. I didn't want to do that and sit in an office and 100K a year, like that's cool, but that's not really that much when you look at it, obviously. So I'm like, I need to figure out something else. And I remember I was delivering pizzas. I used to deliver pizzas, and I got a podcast. I think I got a notification. I actually put on notifications for like Logan Paul podcast, and he just uploaded a podcast with Ty Lopez. And I remember watching that podcast. I didn't really know who Ty Lopez was because I just had to watch something while I was driving. And for the first time, someone was like, "Oh, you don't need to go to college. You don't need to go to college." And I just got obsessed with Ty Lopez. And I'm like, holy shit, someone's telling me that like you don't need to go to college. This is what I've been thinking this entire time. But nobody's ever told me like that's like an option. And so I remember I dropped out of college, and this is crazy. I bought his course. I started doing he has like a digital marketing course. I think he still promotes that actually. And I was actually doing digital marketing for a little while after I dropped out of college. It took me like 8 months to figure that out. And I was doing it for like local restaurants in my area. And I was making like 2K a month, like nothing crazy. And I was always like thinking like, I don't know if I can scale this. I don't know if I can make that much money off this. So I'd always be like looking at YouTube and thinking of YouTube ideas on the side, which that's where I thought of Gamers React while I was doing digital marketing. And then after that, I remember COVID hit, and within like 2 weeks, I lost all my clients. So I went from making 2K a month to zero. And during that time, but like the month previous, I had been kind of working on Gamers React. And I think after I lost all my clients, like literally a week and a half later is when Gamers React started to blow up. So it was like the most perfect. It almost doesn't even feel real, like when it happened. Like, I was like, my life has always been like this, bro. Like, like I'll have like some crazy, like, oh, I finally made it, and then all of a sudden everything just crashes, and then all of a sudden something huge happens, and I'm really happy again. I'm like, yes. But that's honestly just life in general. So
What would have happened if you remained in school and graduated and said, you know what, let me graduate and then I'll try the things I want to try, how would your life have turned out differently?
Dude, I don't think it would have been an option. I would have failed out of school. I would have left. I would have done something, like I would have never graduated.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was, yeah, man, I was genuinely depressed. Like I was literally suicidal. Like when I dropped out of college, like I would have not made it. I would have not made it. It's not in the cards for me. I couldn't have had a job.
And when you dropped out, did that help?
Like my
Was it
depression?
was it
Or
really
like
yeah, was
sadness?
it really
Or
like
hopelessness?
schoolwork and daily everything that school entails
Oh,
was the thing that was really
not right
affecting
away,
you?
no, because now I'm a college dropout that my parents literally think is a loser. So now I have to go and figure out how to make it. So it gave me some hope that, like, okay, now I have time to work on everything. But no, I that was also depressing because I had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, you're a fucking loser who dropped out of college. Like after spending
Mm.
so much money and all that kind of stuff, you, like, bro, you got nothing going on for you. So I had to make it. Like I had to work like literally every day. I had to think about how to make money. I had to do something. Like that was really depressing. When it stopped getting depressing, maybe is when I started making like $1,000 or $2,000 a month doing the digital marketing stuff. But even then, it's like that's not enough money. And I didn't know where that was gonna go. Like I kind of didn't see that like going long term. I think when I started making money on Gamers React, it was like I had a $0 a month the month before, and it shot up to 100K a month. And from then on, I only made like 100K a month. And that was when I felt, like I felt like relief, like finally, like after all the struggle, a lot of people, I think they see like everyone around me all of a sudden, like I was this like kid that nobody cared about. And all of a sudden I buy like a nice car, I have a nice house, nice watch, I'm traveling the world, but nobody ever knows like what happened, like what I went through beforehand, like it was really sad. Obviously now we all have our ups and downs in life, even after that. Just because you have money doesn't mean happiness. But
Are your parents happy with what you're doing now?
oh yeah, now they're very happy. Yeah.
So
My
you don't
parents
have to be a doctor as long as you earn the money. They're chill.
well, yeah, when the money comes, they don't give a fuck. Like they just want you to be successful. Like it's not, they want you to be successful, and like they want to be able to, they look at their worth. I mean, I don't know about every parent, but at least like my parents, they look at their worth based off like their kids. They're like, if their kids are successful, then as long as you're successful, and she can brag about me, she could like to her friends, whatever, like, so she's happy. She likes doing that.
Do they understand what you do? Can they even tell their other parent friends like how you make money, or
I
does
think
it
their
just
parent
not make
friends,
sense to them?
their parent friends are just confused probably. But my dad has a pretty good understanding. My mom has a very good understanding. Like she would like I would talk to her and I would explain to her like what I'm doing and everything. And like I remember she would like every single day, like I was uploading, especially on Gamers Direct, I was uploading like 4 times a week. And then now it's like I'm uploading every day. Now she doesn't do it as much because it's not as new. But like, especially in the beginning, she'd be like, I'd wake up in the morning, she'd be like, did you upload today? I'm like, yeah. What number is it out of 10? I'm like, it's a 2 out of 10. She'd be so happy. She'd be like, she'd call her, my dad and be like, his video is a 2 out of 10. What's the AVD? She would know the AVD. She'd be like, oh, the AVD is higher now than the last video. She'd understand the CTR. She'd understand all of that. After explaining to her, but my mom actually kind of caught on quick, and she would constantly be reading articles like online of like YouTuber makes so much money, and she's like, wow, they're actually making so much money. So she learned, you know.
Yeah. Can
And
I
even
hire her?
before, yeah, one sec. Even before, like I made any money, I would literally go to my mom and I'd show her like, yo, this YouTuber is making like $1 million a year or whatever. Like I'd calculate it myself because at that time, like it wasn't public information. I just kind of had to guess. Now I think more people understand how much money YouTubers are making. But I would like literally tell her, and she thought I was crazy, but she's like, you might be right. And so when I started making money, she knew.
Then you proved it. Can I ask from someone on the inside, is Ty Lopez's course a scam?
Is it a scam? I don't know, dude. Like the thing about courses is that like not everybody is gonna succeed. Like it's just the truth. Like, but that's the whole, like, if everyone could succeed, then like everyone should buy his course, like the whole world. If everyone succeeds, he should be like a multi-billionaire. um yeah. uh at the end of the day, it depends on like how are you, do you put in the work, do you actually do everything he says, did you follow the course, did you, do everything. You don't have to follow the course like per se. I didn't, like, I had to, like, after watching his course, I kind of had to learn some things on my own. It wasn't like just buying his course made me money automatically. I don't think it was a bad course. I think it was a pretty solid course, I'm not gonna lie. Although it's the only course that I took. And then again, I've met so many people who made money online, and you'll always see, like, not everyone, but I met so many people that started off by watching Ty Lopez's course. Like, it's actually crazy. They'll end up getting into digital marketing, they'll get into some SMMA thing, they'll get into something else. But I met so many people that are successful that bought Ty Lopez's course. So it's not everybody's going to succeed, but like, and maybe honestly, the people who like, I probably, if I didn't buy his course, I'd probably have been successful without his course. You know what I mean? Obviously. But the people who are going to succeed are the people who like really want it more than everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think even having that for some people is just enough to motivate them. Even if they don't even do what the course says, it's like enough for them to put a financial investment into it and then get more emotionally invested and actually know, like, I have to make something work out of this, especially if I'm going to be spending money on it.
Yeah, the people who buy the courses are the people who are more likely to succeed just because they are the ones that putting in the investment in the first place. But it's not just about a financial investment, because a lot of people will just throw away, like, how much does a course cost? At that time, the Tai Lopez course, I bought it for $500. Now courses are a lot more expensive, but like people will just throw away like $3,000 on a course and literally not watch the course. So if you do that, like, don't expect to buy a course and just be rich. If you don't,
Yeah.
guys, if you don't watch it, if you don't try, then no shit. This is not a getting rich. It's a competition against everyone in the world. If everybody could just buy a course and make money, then everyone would do it. But you have to put in work.
100%. So speaking of work, how much effort was your channel at first and how outsourced is it now? Like, what is the evolution of the video creation process on your Gamers React channel?
The evolution of like how much work I put in is what you're asking.
Exactly.
Okay. So in the beginning, it was a lot of work. It doesn't look like it'd be that much work, but it was a lot of work. I was uploading 4 times a week. At that time, I was uploading 8-minute videos, and I would be like,
for ad revenue.
huh?
For ad revenue, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I couldn't upload less than 8. I would not get the mid rolls, obviously. Like,
Yeah.
why would I? Yeah. I mean, the whole goal, I was trying to make money, man. So I like, where was I going with that? So I was working, I'm pretty sure like 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And let me break it down. That was when I was a one-man team. Editing would be like 8 hours per video because you had to go and figure out the order of the clips, and you would have to edit every single clip, and you had to cut each clip down. We're talking about 100 clips that need to be edited.
Yeah. Like, walk me through the 100 biggest fails in Minecraft history. If you were making this video, I don't know, did you make this one from scratch yourself?
I probably did, bro. I have 1,000 videos. I don't remember. At that time, I was just on
Okay,
my
so
computer, like,
let's say
brain
that you
dead.
made this
So,
video from scratch.
yes.
Tell me the whole process of you making this video, because there's going to be at least 100 clips you have to find and edit and make a thumbnail for.
So clips itself, it took me probably, I was looking for clips, and I would look for a general blanket amount of clips and then reorganize them for every video later. So I would spend about 4 hours a day looking through Minecraft clips. So I had a routine at this time. So I mean, that was my first video, so I hadn't developed a routine by this time. But let's say like 2-3 months from that first video, my routine was I woke up at 6 a.m., made coffee. 15 minutes later, I'm on my computer. I watch Minecraft clips for 4 hours. Brain rot. I'm glad I don't do that anymore. And I would just watch Minecraft clips. 4 hours later, I would get to editing. And I would probably edit every single day. I mean, I wouldn't get a full video edited every single day. I'd probably do like 6 hours. of editing every single day, and then I would think of thumbnails and start making the thumbnail, which each thumbnail, I mean, there are thumbnails that have taken me 5 minutes, but there's also thumbnails that have taken me 3 to 4 hours. Like you'll make a thumbnail and you'll just
Mhm.
obsess over it and change it. And like at that time, I was a perfectionist on the thumbnail because we know how important thumbnails are. So I would be obsessed with getting that specific thumbnail. And then sometimes I'd spend 3 hours on a thumbnail and be like, fuck this. This is shit. And then I just go and redo it and do a different concept, you know? So I literally was spending all day on it in the beginning. Then eventually, how long did it take me to start hiring people? Like I knew like I was making a lot of money, but I'm like, dude, I cannot
Yeah,
live
how
my life.
much?
Huh?
Yeah, so before you get into that, so first of all, I think that was smart. You're telling me when you were finding clips for Minecraft videos, you wouldn't have a video idea and then just try to find clips for that thing. You would just spend the first 4 hours just going through all the most viral Minecraft clips, and then you'd have a big library of them ready, so
It
that
wouldn't be the
whenever you
most
had a new
viral.
video idea, you would be able to edit those.
Wait, sorry. It wasn't the most viral Minecraft clips. Like we used clips that literally had 2 views in the videos,
Mm-hmm.
that no one saw. That you'd basically only see it on Gamers React. Um, sorry, I missed the rest of your question. I
The
know that was
question is basically, I'm just getting this right. So the process of finding clips wasn't always to fit in with whatever video you had in mind for the next video. It was actually to have like a big library of clips that you had in a folder and then could always draw back on.
for me. Yes, for me, yeah. But I wouldn't say that that is like for every single channel.
Mm-hmm.
It worked well with that channel because I knew I was uploading 4 times a week, and basically every single video is the same. It is going to be a however long it is, 8 minutes or 30 minutes Minecraft clip compilation. They were all the same video
Yeah.
technically, just they were categorized differently. Like one of them was Minecraft's luckiest moments, one of them was Minecraft's funniest moments, just a different category, you know?
Yeah. Did you? How many times did you use the same clips in two different videos?
In the beginning I didn't at all for probably 3 to 4 years. You know, you know,
Now you
gets a
reused
little
it.
easier now.
Okay, so how long were you doing this? So you were doing this whole process, start to finish, clipping, editing, and packaging yourself. How many years did you do this for? And then how much money were you finally making when you said, all right, this is too fucking much, and I have enough money now? Like, how do I start scaling this out and buying my
No,
time
it
back?
was never about the money. Like I knew that I thought Gamers React, and I'm still like, I mean, it can continue forever. It's just that Gamers React will one day again make like 200K a month. It's just that Minecraft's not doing well right now. When
Mm-hmm.
the next big game comes out, when gaming is popping, trust me, I'm going to be at the top of it. But uh, the thing is, like when like I think for 6 months it was making like I was just doing everything myself for probably 6 months, and I would try to hire editors, but like it was too hard to give up that. Like I was so used to being stressed out and working every single day that it was a lot of to give up that power and have someone edit and not know 100% that they were going to get that video up that day, like because I was running a tight schedule. Like I had it, to me it felt like life or death. I needed to get this video up 4 times a
Mm-hmm.
week. Especially at that time I was pulling 2 million views a video. I'm in a blessed position. I'm not missing a fucking upload, you know. So it took a while to like let that go. I think after about 6 months eventually I found my guy Tom, and Tom was just, he wasn't even a good at sorry Tom, he wasn't a good editor at that time. But he was a really hard worker, and I just, he would spend all night editing, fixing everything. Like he'd have like 10 drafts for the video to get exactly like the edits that I liked. um and it's not like my edits are crazy or anything. I just wanted a specific way that would make people watch. And eventually just learned exactly how I wanted it. And then that guy is still working with me today. That was my first editor. And he's been with me for 5 years. And now he doesn't edit videos. He helps manage everything. So he helps manage all my projects. I don't even think he's like open up Premiere Pro. If like there's a problem, he'll have to open up Premiere Pro, but he's usually managing other editors or coming up with ideas and stuff like that. But I've just sat in calls with him for so long and taught him. And then you know, slowly I would just give up more and more. And now, I mean, Gamers React, I don't really spend too much time on it. Tom runs mostly everything. Like I give like the thumbs up on ideas. I'm like, Tom, great
Mhm.
thumbnail idea. Or maybe I'll send him a thumbnail idea if I think of it. But I don't even know how much time I work on Gamers React now.
Yeah, I think that beginning thing that you experienced is really relatable, where it's like, oh, I know when I do it myself, it's like better. Like I have an attachment to doing it myself, or even like it feels natural for me to be grinding, and then if I let someone else do it, then I'm not grinding anymore. So,
No, it wasn't about like not grinding. I hated grinding. Like
oh, okay.
I was literally torturing myself. I was watching 4 hours. I was just watching Minecraft clips all day. Like I was rotting my brain, bro. But like I was, I, but I like I knew that if I did it myself, it would get done. Like I
Mhm.
knew that like if something went wrong, I wouldn't get sleep that night to get the video up. I couldn't count on anyone else doing that. You know what I mean?
So you always had to be checking and confirming no matter what, even if someone was helping at it.
Like if I now I've gotten a lot better at it, but at that time, and also, you know, I think it's a different game now than it was 5 years ago. I feel like now when I hire an editor, I can count on them a lot more. But at that time, like, dude, the editing game has changed. It is so
Yeah.
easy now to find a great editor and like a really good editor. Back then, it wasn't. So I would look for an editor and I'm like, I need this video done in like 1 or 2 days. And he just would ghost me after 2 days. And then I don't have a video. And then that would kill me inside, you know, because I'm like spending my whole life on this shit. And I know I have to hire people because I can't continue. So missing a video would literally just like, I'd be so angry, you know? So giving up that like power because I know if I do it myself, it will get done. I think
Mhm.
the game has changed a lot now. So
Yeah, if people are looking for editing now, you said it's easy to find editors now, like at least easier than ever before. How should someone find a really good editor now?
no, I think Twitter's the best way. Twitter, you know, they have that YouTube job site.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's good anymore. I know Patty started that. I'm not too familiar with that. I know that whenever I need an editor, I find them on Twitter, and I ask friends what editors they have. But again, not everyone can ask their friends because not everybody is like friends with like
Connected
bigger
well.
YouTubers or whatever. You know, people who are
Yeah.
experienced in the game. I'd say Twitter. You find I've seen some really talented editors on Twitter and good editors too.
Mhm.
And I think it's more of a now it's more of like people realize that there's a lot of money in editing and you can make a full-time living off of it. Whereas like even 5 years ago, whereas everyone used to make a lot of money on YouTube, it's way more normalized now, you know? People
Yeah.
5 years ago still it was like people were confused that you could even
Yeah.
make money on YouTube.
That's interesting. Yeah, I found most of my editing on Discord. There was this Discord server. It was just called discord.gg/video editors. So I put in a request on there, and that's how I started meeting my first editors. I got like I put in a request. I got like over 100 DMs. It was crazy trying to go through everyone, but eventually I found people that are good. And like I'm in the same place as you now, where like I'm well connected enough that if I need a new editor, it's not too hard to find someone, especially
Yeah.
through just word of mouth from the other editors that I know or the other people in the space.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, I
but
agree. Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead.
You go.
No,
Oh,
go
I
ahead. Go
was
ahead.
just
Go
about
ahead.
to say, you know, the thing about Discord, like how you were saying you get like 100 DMs or whatever, that makes it a bit tough. Like I like Twitter more because I can see their whole profile right there and I choose to message them. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
going through 100 people, like I remember when I was first hiring editors, like going through so many forms and everything is it's actually the biggest headache. And sometimes it's not even worth the struggle of like going through that many. I just always find like easier Twitter. That's my favorite. But
Mm-hmm. Do you work with people from the United States or from overseas?
or I work from people from everywhere. I got, you know, the cool thing about doing YouTube, and I've traveled everywhere. So like, you always have a friend everywhere in the world. But yeah, I mean, I have people in the States. I got people in Brazil. I got people in London. London is a huge one for me. I have so many people in London. Uh, India, obviously. Where else? Dubai. Yeah, that's where all my. Oh, Australia. Yeah, that if I
Mm-hmm.
those are the main spots where
How big is your total team now for all the channels that you're on?
I have to count. Okay. But again, like not all of them are full time. Very few people are full time.
How many do
Um,
you have full time, and then how many people in
like two
total do
full
you work
time,
with?
bro. Like two. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, you could probably, there's certain people who are making full time income, but there are plenty of people who are making like 3 to 4K a month off of me. So I guess that is full time for them. Uh, yeah, but I don't know how much, but everyone's independent contractor, and it also depends on how many videos they get up. Like if they can't, they're paid per project mostly. Um, I'm trying to think, and then also like obviously if you have someone in India and you're paying them 1 to 2K a month, that's full time for them. Uh, how many people do I have? Okay, gamers react. Sorry, I'm gonna open up Discord account.
Do you have a Discord channel for all your different projects?
Yes, I have multiple Discords for different projects. I don't.
Oh, okay, okay.
So let's say like 20 to 25, 20, 20,
Hmm.
25, somewhere like that.
That's a lot. We'll get into how you
Like some of them
organize a
are
little.
not doing that much work, or some of them are doing
Hmm.
like a couple thumbnails, or I'd say probably 25 then, if you include everyone like that I'd ever, you know.
Okay. So back to Gamers React channel. So now what is your role? Like how much work is it on your end for the Gamers React channel that we just saw was making 15K in the past 28 days? How much effort do you put into that now?
No, I don't put much effort into that right now. That's not.
What do
I
you do for it? Do you do anything for it at this point, or is it
I have to
fully
record the videos
outsourced?
still because I always had my videos, but
The
you know,
voice?
I get a script sent to me, um, and I just record it. And you know what? I'm getting annoyed. I don't like recording it anymore, so I'm going to start recording from my phone on the go. And I think we can use like an Adobe Enhance, and it'll be easier. But so that's and the recording is 3 minutes of video, probably the recording, like or 2 to 3 minutes per video, because maybe five, actually, yeah, maybe like 3 4 video minutes. And then what else do I do? Obviously, I'm checking in on anything if there's ever a problem. I am also, you know what's crazy? I think the most annoying thing is sending out payments. You have to like
Yeah.
manage invoices, uh, and that
Do
actually
you
takes a
have
lot of time. Huh?
do you have a payment day for
Yeah, I do it
everyone?
at the end of every month. But like, I swear, like
So how long does
organizing,
that take you?
I can definitely do it better. But I'd say that takes like 3 to 4 hours.
Just going through and
Well,
paying
I have to
each
double
person one
check
by
everybody
one,
did their
like,
work. Nobody's
mm,
like, doing anything. Not like people do anything. I just need to double check. Um, yeah, and then like honestly, everyone wants to get paid a different way, which I think is also a problem for me, which also makes it just
oh
more
yeah,
annoying.
me too. That's so annoying.
Yeah, which I should just have everyone getting paid the same way or make it universal.
Like,
And then it's also hard
yeah,
when
I have
people
to
are all over
open
the
up
world.
PayPal and then Remitly and then Wise, and I'm like, bro, this is
Yeah,
so
but
annoying.
it's
Like,
again because people are all over the world. So like for example,
yeah,
like a place like Bangladesh, like they have everything banned.
yeah.
Like I don't know, like some countries everything is banned. So what else do I do? So for Gamers React, I'll just most of my channels are mostly automated, dude. Like I'll just help come out with ideas. Like sometimes I'll scroll YouTube, think of a thumbnail idea, I'll send it, and but even the thumbnail ideas, I have Tom come up with most of the thumbnail
Hmm.
ideas, and that's after I've taught him for a long time. So I only gave up coming with thumbnail ideas like a year ago. Um, yeah, I really don't work that much on the channel.
Yeah. That's insane. I even feel like we're at the point now where I feel like it would be possible to outsource the voicing as well, like the
Oh
voiceovers.
yeah,
You can even just clone your voice with 11 Labs and just have it do that for you, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
the
I
full
definitely
process
need to
is
get on
done.
that.
Yeah.
Then I won't be doing
So,
anything.
was that your vision from the beginning to do this fully automated? Because I feel like YouTube automation is more of a recently known side hustle. But did you have that vision, or did you just know that
Yeah,
this channel was making money, and then you were like, oh wait, I could have this person help, and then it just kind of happened naturally?
No. My whole thing was more thinking about scaling and trying to get as big as possible. And I knew that if I was working, I wouldn't be able to do that. When I started, YouTube automation wasn't a term. You know what I mean? It wasn't a term.
Mhm.
Nobody said, "Oh, you're a YouTube automator." Like, so I never really thought of it like that. And also as you start meeting YouTubers and people are giving you ideas, like I would be able to talk with some of the biggest Minecraft YouTubers, and you'll hear the biggest, like some of these Minecraft YouTubers are crazy with like their whole setups, and like they'll literally like someone like Preston Plays. He has 100 full-time employees. He has a warehouse in Dallas. I've seen it. It's absolutely insane. And then like you meet all these people, and then you're like, oh wow, I can be scaling so much more, and like I can be doing so much more work and having a bigger team. And eventually I let go of that. Like there was a time where I was trying to like start like automated channels, but I was doing like really difficult channels to do. And it would cost a lot of money. Like I would have like a talent, like I would get like a person to play Minecraft and then build a mod for Minecraft every single video. And I spent like so much money on that. And then the whole project like failed. Um, but no, my vision was to just get as like start as many channels as possible, and then like if it only took me like if gamers react, maybe it only took me 30 minutes every day to run. That means that I can run 7 channels like gamers react. So that's kind of what I was thinking. But eventually, like enough is enough, and I felt like even now, like I don't start that many channels now because I've made enough money. And like truthfully, like I wouldn't start a project now unless it can make me like 100 or 200K a month. Like why? Like, I don't care. I made
How much
I
money
saved
is
up to
enough?
make money in the stocks, huh?
How much money is enough?
What do you mean? How much money is enough? Oh,
Like, how much did you have to make for you to say I don't
like stop
I don't
caring as
even
much?
yeah, like I don't even care about scale. I have enough money.
Hmm. How much? I'm sorry. I'm thinking about that. I would probably say like I don't know, maybe like $5-6 million after I made. I don't know, like even before that, like I had like a lot of like struggles with like my purpose and everything because at the end of the day, like I felt like I could be doing more, and I also you get especially when you get in this industry and you meet so many other YouTubers and you meet people doing the craziest stuff. Like I would literally be meeting people on like Mr. Beast's team and like meeting people who are doing, and they're just workaholics like these people. So then you feel like you're
Mhm.
not doing enough, like, and you'd meet like the craziest people. So I don't know what the answer to that is. I think eventually one day I just let go. I'm like, I don't really care what other people are doing. I've done well enough and I'm very happy with myself. And I'm proud of myself. I
Mhm.
don't know what number that is. I think it is like when I kind of stop caring what other people think, maybe.
That's fair. What do you do once you have enough channels that are making enough money and you don't even have to spend that much time on them yet? You still just keep thinking of new ideas for new channels and have fun doing that?
No, that's not fun anymore. I have a lot of ideas. I've been doing it for 5 years, so it's not as fun. I have a ton of ideas.
Mhm.
I could chat about like ideas, but I probably wouldn't start them because like at this point I don't want to. And I mean I am working on channels actively. It's not like I'm not. I am working on quite a few. The thing is though, that's why I'm doing like I want to do like a personal rant because that to me sounds fun. Uh,
Yeah.
and it's different. Um, I forget what the rest of the question is.
You could be like Ty Lopez, but for YouTube.
Yeah, I can go and be like Ty Lopez, like what he used to be. I don't know, or like back where it all started. I started off watching him, so I can be the next one.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get into another channel that you showed me that you own. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
bring the screen back. This channel is blowing my mind. I just am looking at this and I'm like, this is just hilarious. Essentially, what this seems to be is a cat, but that can talk like a human and just reacts to viral videos.
Yeah.
What is. Explain this channel to me.
So This is pretty funny. We saw, or like I saw that this channel. I think I got the idea from like Donald Duck, and he would just have like, and there's a ton of channels that are doing this where they would make shorts where they would have like a plushie or like a little like action figure, and they'd be reacting to like some short. And I'm just like, I want to do it with the cat. And honestly, it didn't take that much time to do, and it just blew up. And then like it
Oh
just
my
kept on doing
god.
really, really well, and it was really easy to run. And I just kept on compiling videos. So this channel is like super easy to run. Like
Yeah, this to me is such a smart idea on like doing a faceless channel because essentially you still have all the benefits of
I
you
never thought this
since
channel would
it's
be that big. Like that has even more subscribers than the Gamers React, which like I put all my blood, sweat, and tears into Gamers React, and this is like it hasn't made more money than Gamers React, but
Mhm.
this one's funny.
Yeah, to me I was like, okay, well, this is such a good idea cuz a lot of people want to just steal content, but obviously you can't. So an easy way to get around that is to do reaction content, but a lot of people want to do it faceless. So this pretty much allows you to not reveal your face and still do reaction content and pretty much just steal other people's videos because you're reacting to it. Some
I'm
of
the
these have
king of
gone so viral, both as shorts and as longs. Like the long videos are still some of these have like millions of views. Like what?
I'm the king of stealing content.
So is this you that has like a cat or is
No,
this
not
someone
me,
else?
not me, not me. No, it's someone else.
How did you get someone to be a cat and react? Do you pay them up front?
Yeah, he is paid.
How do you, how did you find someone for this role?
I got people. I got people, but I mean, I could have easily done it myself. It's not hard.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I think this would be such a if I was signing
This is
up
a
for
great
this
idea
role,
for a
I think
channel.
that would be so hilarious. Just like I need someone to be a cat and react to videos for me
Yeah.
as a cat.
A lot of people don't know, but there are so many like I know like people talk about like niches and like YouTube automation. Bro, the whole YouTube automation game goes very deep on like especially when you get into kids content and like stuff like this. Like, dude, there are so many people that are printing like making the stupidest content that you would
Mm.
ever think of. So
Yeah. So how much money does I'll pull it up? How much money does that channel make? The Toby Reacts channel.
this channel, I mean, it typically makes like 30-40K a month. I mean, again, right now everything is low because we haven't like been uploading. Even though when I said Gamers React is making 15K, that's because it's like the beginning of the year. Like it's what we're in March. It makes more
Mhm.
usually. Even this is probably we're sitting at like 15K a month right now, but like typically it's making somewhere between like 30, 35, maybe somewhere around there, which
Okay.
is pretty good. Probably even more than that. I have to double check the numbers. Like, but yeah, and we also have the live stream that makes a bit of money.
Yeah, I
Um,
was gonna ask about. I noticed the live stream. So this only has what? Okay, 19 people watching. When I was checking this earlier, it had like 70 concurrent viewers.
mhm.
How much money do live streams make? Like, should I just start a 24/7 live stream on my animal channels?
You could try doing that.
How does it
It isn't. It
work?
isn't.
What's the
It
best
isn't.
strategies and how much money can you actually make from it?
This one, I'd have to get really into the analytics. I know my Tom actually runs this, and I don't properly know about the live stream. So he is the one who came up with the idea for the live stream. It makes I'm thinking it probably makes around like 5K a month extra, something like that. So off of ad revenue, like random donations, stuff like that. It can be an extra way to make some money. I mean, I think the best way to like take advantage of like content that you already have is just making long compilations. Have you done with that, like your animal channels? Because I made a ton of money doing that. That's
Just doing. Yeah, we tried doing. So I can show you. To we tried doing that on my. This is my founder's original channel. So we tried doing that, and I mean, I guess it's at 13K views, but that's over 3 months of this video being out.
yeah,
And we
but
would just do
this
story
video is just
one.
still getting views. I'm sure it's performing decently. No, I may be wrong though.
Yeah, I mean, it took a while for this to get to 30. It's just been
How
slowly
many?
going
How
up
long is
for
it?
people visiting the channels.
8
Just
minutes.
over 8 minutes.
No, like what I'm talking about, like the videos that are printing that do really really well are like we're talking like 4 hour videos. Like that's what I did on Gamers React. I have a lot of videos that are over 4 hours long. That maybe like we're talking like I have videos that maybe $100,000. I just it took me 2 seconds to make. I just compiled all my old videos.
You just compiled all your shorts. How long of a
No, I don't have
compilation
shorts.
video should we post? Oh, okay.
I'm talking about Gamers React. Those 8 minute videos or whatever. I would just compile a lot of them because I was uploading so
Right.
much.
That was probably like a video like this, right? Best of Minecraft. That could have just
That
compiled
is a
like,
compilation, but the ones that made the most money, I mean, that made a lot of money because it got 31 million views. But there are
yeah.
videos that got like, there are videos that are like 4 hours long. Okay, you have to scroll down a lot. Wait, let me.
I'm sorted by popular right now. You can sort by
Yeah,
most.
the videos that made a lot of money are not even like crazy popular because they just had crazy high RPM because they're 4 hours long.
Yeah.
Wait, let me find it on, and then I'll tell you what to search up.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, here we go.
What? Which one?
2,500 Minecraft 10 IQ plays that will hurt your brain.
Yeah, like something like that will make a
3 hours.
Yeah. And how many views did that one get?
330K.
So
What is the RPM like on a 3-hour video like this?
It will be like 30 to 40.
Dang.
Yeah. So
Wow,
I have
okay.
a couple of those 4 hour videos, and I think I even have one that has 5 million views.
Damn.
Yeah. But those videos didn't take me a second to make, bro. Like it took me like 20 minutes, and I just compiled it. Compiled videos.
That's crazy. Okay, wow. Okay, so I'll definitely look into the compilations. What about compiling shorts? Because it looks like also that worked as well on Toby Reacts.
Yeah, that one is compiling shorts is always good. I mean, like the channel wouldn't make money if it was only short, so we had to have some long form videos, and it works. It does good.
Okay, so that's something I might test out on my channel, compilations of our shorts and just posting those as longs. We really only did post one video like that, so we're potentially missing out on a lot more.
I mean, shorts are good, and you can make a decent amount of money on shorts. But like the real money, like dude, you're gonna make more money on long form always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then lives. So how do you have this running? I assume this isn't someone actually live reacting, right? This is just a compilation of old reactions.
Oh yeah, this is just a compilation of old reactions. Yes.
Okay. So how do you have this set up through OBS?
What do you mean, like how it's recorded?
Yeah. How is this 24/7 live streaming? Like how would someone do this?
Okay, it's a little bit complicated, and I have like Tom is doing it. One thing I did think about doing. It is a complicated. I couldn't explain it in the call. Is that super hard to do? I was thinking about releasing a tool that would do it automatically, so anybody could do it. So, yeah, it's something I could explain, but it would take me too long.
Okay, I would be very interested in that tool. If I wanted to know though, I guess I could just. There's probably tutorials on it, right? If I just look it up.
Well, there might be, and honestly, like I know Tom figured it out. Like my guy figured most of that stuff out.
Okay, that's very interesting. Yeah, I think that's a whole nother aspect that probably YouTube automation channels right now are not taking advantage of, or very few of them. And if it can add an extra 5K a month to how much people are making, like that's
that one's good.
Do that.
I think the biggest thing that people are missing out, though, and I'm telling you, I made so much money off of it, is like 4-hour compilations. Those ones are the best.
Okay, got you. I'll look into that for my own personal channels. So those are the 3 main channels that you sent me that I wanted to highlight, because I feel like there we have we hit on a bunch of different things, right? Simply How is like high production value, original, animated. Gamers React is like compilation content essentially with some voiceovers, and then Toby Reacts is like reaction content, but there's not even a face in it because of that.
And compilations.
Are these your biggest channels?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, those are the biggest ones.
How many channels do you own in total that are like channels that you're actually consistently making money with?
There's a lot. Like I don't see, like, some of the channels that I'm doing is that I don't want it to be. I don't want my name attached to any some of them. Not because they're like bad or anything, but like sometimes they're like I just don't want to be like, it's not like it's bad content or anything. But I'm probably running actively like around 10. And that's
Hmm.
me and my team. Like that's Tom. That's like even like Tom or like my guy, like basically coming with an idea, really wanting to do it, and then he does it and it's under my company and I'm helping him and I'm funding it, stuff like that. So it's about 10.
Okay. And that's with, yeah, 2 people full time and then 20-25 people as independent contractors
And
across
then
those channels.
we always, like, if we're starting a new channel, we might get in like more people, so that number can go up 25 to 30. It
Hmm.
can go down, you know.
Okay. So at a large, like big macro picture, how do you manage all of those channels without getting confused or lost or anything?
I have a guy that helps me organize everything. If I didn't have him, and many times
Is
when,
that Tom?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, if I didn't have anybody, then yeah, I'd go crazy because it's a lot to manage, and then also think of ideas, and like you have so many messages that actually gets overwhelming. Like you wake up in the or like many times, like wake up in the morning because you have so many people. And as before, I had someone to help me like organize and manage people. Wake up in the morning because I'm American, so everyone else, like people all over the world, are awake. You wake up to like 15 important like business DMs that you have to answer. Like it. You sometimes I'm like, fuck, I don't even want to open up Discord because it can get overwhelming.
Yeah.
um, to just like think of how to respond to them or like solve a problem, or like they're having this issue, and sometimes it's a small issue but it's important to solve, and then yeah, like sometimes it gets a lot.
Hmm.
But if I didn't have Tom, I would have gone crazy. Yeah, if I didn't start like outsourcing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially
Okay.
like
So.
in the beginning when I sorry, my bad,
Mhm.
cut you off. But like in the beginning, I can handle that more. But like I've been doing this for 5 years, so like there's a point where like after a while, like I just don't care. Like I don't care to like manage, and if I don't need to do it, I don't do it. I get someone else to do it.
Mhm. Got it. So if I have 10 channels, I should get someone to just look at all the channels, make sure all that. What does Tom do? He makes sure all the editors are
He
on
does anything I
time.
want him to do.
Okay. Does he? I have a question. Do you get a report of all the analytics of each of your channels just delivered to you at the end of each month, or do you just manually check
No,
on your
I'll
phone
look
if you
through
go
my
into the channel?
analytics. It's not like I don't look through my analytics. Yeah, I'll look through it. Like I'll have calls like with my guy, and then like with Tom, and we will uh discuss like how channels are doing and stuff like that. I'll be like, that video is a 1 out of 10. That was such a good video. What a good idea! Like for that thumbnail and stuff like that. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I think that outlines pretty strongly how you do all of this. Like, going through all those channels, I learned a lot. I'm definitely going to look into the lives and the 4-hour compilations. Like,
Yes. And again,
100%.
now it's easy. By the way, now it's super easy. But there was a time where like I was struggling. So to get to this point, it took a while. Like it sounds like, oh, he doesn't do anything, but like it took a while to get to this point.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Riz, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
my
learned a
pleasure.
lot
It was
today,
fun.
and I hope the viewers learned a lot as well.
Hopefully.
So, yeah, peace.
Peace out.